How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Senior Night. Today I'm joined by Colin Williams, senior that's also a part of CHS Today. Colin, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Pretty good. How have you been holding up during quarantine?
Relatively well. I've just been playing a lot of PlayStation. Really been reading a bunch of books, this, that, and the other. So yeah, I'm just been chilling, vibing.
You mentioned PlayStation. What kind of games have you been playing on there?
Oh man, I play like Call of Duty. On the side, I've been playing some what's called Watch Dogs 2. That's really about it. Maybe some Minecraft here and there, but
Yeah, I noticed the Watch Dogs thing on your story the other day. That game was
yeah,
like really good. I remember I got that for my birthday one year, or no, it was for Christmas. I did not stop playing for like 3 weeks. But
bro, yeah.
so you've been a part of CHS Today since your sophomore year. What would you
Yep.
say has been your best memory from that?
Oh man. Probably aside from like all the camera work and all the editing and stuff, it was probably just being with Glow. Like we would just get up and leave and go to the auditorium and work on like lights or like see how this would work with this light setting and stuff. Like it was just the time I spent with Milwaukee was just that's what really made it memorable for me for the past like 3 years. So
Yeah. So I remember the hype video shoot. You were one of the main editors for that. What do you think was the hardest thing about doing After Effects for the project?
After Effects is something that where you want it to work but it never works. Like you expect it to do this one thing and it doesn't do that thing, so I pretty much had to fight with the program. It made it a lot worse because I really wasn't knowledgeable in it, but getting what I want was really hard. Like even looking back on the video, I feel like I could change some things about it. I feel that way about all the videos I've edited. Like I feel like I could change this to make this different or something. But with After Effects, it was just something that I wasn't very knowledgeable in, and so it just made it that much harder. So
Yeah. Have you worked with After Effects really since that video happened?
not really, no. I tried messing with it when I wanted to do a spring sports like preview hype video or a boys basketball hype remix, and I was gonna use Lil Uzi Vert's Futsal Shuffle 2020, and in his music video he's got like an 8-bit like type that goes across the screen, and I was like, I really want to try that, so I tried it in After Effects. I didn't get, like I said, what I wanted, but yeah, I really haven't messed with it since. So
Um, but you've always been kind of more of an editor than like on air. But I remember there was a time where when you guys did the Spartan future Spartan segment that you went on air for like the last episode, I believe it was. So was that one of your first times being on camera?
yeah, it definitely was. I try to stay off camera as much as possible because I really don't like being on camera that much. Like I don't really prefer to be anchor or anything of the sort. Like if I'm in front of the camera, man, I start freaking out. It's pretty bad actually. But yeah, I'm not on camera a lot, and that was like one of the first times I was.
Yeah, like you have to step out of your comfort zone kind of. So how do you kind of like when you, because obviously she has a list prior to the week of the shows for that week saying like
Mhm.
who's going to be on what and like who's going to do what. So like how do you kind of like prepare yourself to go on air?
I really just don't think about it. I just read the script and hope for the best, I guess. Hopefully I don't chop it up or combine words as I typically would. But yeah, I try just to do things absentmindedly when it comes to that. So
What do you think is one thing people don't realize about CHS Today and like the work that's put in?
there's a difference between putting out a video with and without passion. Someone can just quickly edit a video and put it out there and people can enjoy it. But the videos that are really good, like the hype videos and stuff, there's a lot of passion that goes into that. Like there's passion in the planning, the shooting, the editing. As I said, passion plays a really big part. And I hope that with the hype videos and stuff, people see that, especially with who like got the shots and who edited it and stuff. So
but like also with like being with the regular shows, like what do you think people don't realize is like what goes on behind the scenes? What do you think people don't know happens behind the scenes?
it's a lot more professional than what most people would consider CHS to be. A lot of people think that CHS Today is like really fun, which it is, but there is a professional side to it. Like there's a lot of like technicality to it. So
Yeah, I mean it's like we have fun a lot in there. Whenever it'll be sixth period, it'll be you, me, Kirsten, Anna, LT. Like we'll have fun, but then like if we have too much fun, we need to like work on stuff. It's like we get snapped back into shape by Job. So I mean,
right, yeah.
um, but I mean, you've looked back. You're really great editor. So what's one of the best projects you've done like on your own time outside of CHS Today?
Oh man, I really haven't edited any projects outside of CHS Day in like years. I did do I did YouTube when I was like 12. So I would record my gameplay off of like my Xbox or PlayStation, and I would throw it into like Sony Vegas or something and edit that there. But probably like editing like, I don't know, like different like compilations of stuff of like crazy things I would do in games. Those were my favorite, and I did a little parody, I guess, of XXX Tentacion's Bad video. Um, like the song was called Bad, and there was already a music video to it. So I decided I wanted to do like I guess like a self shoot. I'm not sure what exactly the term is, or I can't think of it, but yeah, I did a spin off of a song outside of CHS Day, and that was my most recent one. But I haven't done any since. So
I remember seeing that video and the editing that went into it. What was like some of the hardest things like that went into that video?
probably time. Time was a big issue for me. Like something would always pop up, and I would always get frustrated. Like, okay, I'm gonna go reshoot this, and then I wouldn't go reshoot it, and I'll be like, well, okay, maybe it's fine and stuff. But just finding like websites and stuff to find green screens and all that, and it's hard because my computer right now is super slow. So it was a time thing. So it took like probably 6-7 hours to edit that like 2-minute video. It was awful.
You mentioned before like you put together videos in Sony Vegas. So what was that some of your first experience with editing?
Yeah. Really how I got into editing though was obviously like I said, with like playing video games and stuff, but really there's a person that really got me into it. His name is Darius, and it's because he did YouTube as well. And I didn't know like what went on in the creation of making a video. And when he told me about it and he showed me it, I got really interested. So I was like, okay, I want to do this myself. So that's when I started playing with different programs and stuff. And I prefer some over others, but Sony Vegas was probably like the only platform I really tried making most of my videos on. So, and then with CHS Today with Adobe Premiere Pro, that's probably my favorite. So,
are you and Darius still close today?
oh yeah, absolutely. We were planning on going to a trip, or going to Chicago for a senior trip. It was supposed to be me, him, and our buddy Mason. The coronavirus though prevented that, so we couldn't have went. But yeah, we're still super close today. We still play PlayStation pretty much every night, and we work with each other at Big Boys here in town. So
Um, you mentioned Big Boys. What's one of your? Because you just recently started working there about December, I believe, right?
Yeah, it was pretty much early 2020.
So, what was one of the best? Like, what was one of your first experiences whenever you started working there?
Well, my employer, my boss, she threw me back on actually making the pizzas, which was super like exciting, I guess, because I was like, wow, she really puts a lot of faith in me already. I said, I greatly appreciate that. Now I don't really, it's not that I don't enjoy making the pizzas, is that sometimes when you're overwhelmed, you tend to screw up quite a bit. So one of the experiences I learned is working under pressure. So that was something I had to kind of deal with. But every once in a while, I'll still go back there and make pizzas and stuff some nights, but not typically.
Um, so like you're still working there right now. Have you gotten laid off because of everything happening, or are you?
No, no, I've actually picked up a lot of people's hours. um, Probably next week because there are a lot of people who don't feel comfortable coming in, and there's a lot of people who were sick, and by law they can't go back for like 2 weeks or something like that. So I'm gonna be picking up their hours and stuff. But no, I still have the same work schedule before all this stuff happened.
Is
So
there anything like about working there during all of this happening right now that kind of sketches you out, or are you pretty calm?
I mean, I'm pretty calm about things. Really, we have more deliveries and there are people coming in and stuff, so that's kind of nice. And really, we haven't had any like rushes, like we're not super busy and stuff. I mean, as expected. But no, everything's kind of cool there, kind of chill. So
Um, a little bit back to high school more. You look back, you've had plenty of friends. What's one of the best friendships you've made through high school?
probably one of the best friendships I've ever had were made in high school was probably with my buddy Mason. Um, he's just been a really great guy. Um, Ever since middle school, we've like connected over like playing video games and stuff. And ever since then, like we've just clicked as really good friends and stuff. And we've really had no problems and stuff. And we've done things together. So Mason's probably want to been probably will probably want to be. I can't talk, man. Will probably be one of my lifelong friends, probably.
What's one of the best memories you've made with Mason?
Oh man, probably when we had bonfires and stuff. I would have a bonfire, he would come over, and we would all sit around the fire and just, I mean, joke, laugh, all that. And after that, we would go to like my tool shed and play some cards, stuff like that. It was really fun, especially in like freshman year and stuff. We would go to each other's houses, and we would all like, just play PlayStation or Xbox together or something. So there was a lot of memories, a lot of good memories with Mason.
You look back throughout high school. If you had to go back and do one thing differently, what would you do different?
Uh, Man, probably change my ECHS pathway, man. Liberal arts is terrible. I don't recommend it to anybody who's taking ECHS. Change your pathway immediately. I hated it. So I wish I changed my pathway so I can, I don't know, so I wouldn't beat myself up because I'm terrible at math, and liberal arts consists of math. So I wasn't about it. So
What besides math? What else made the liberal arts pathway kind of rough?
probably just some of the work that we got, like I'm sure you'll take it in the future. Comp is comp is rough, man. There's a lot of like essays and like writing assignments. Like you really your writing skills and your word structure and your grammar is really tested in comp. And I thought I was a pretty good, like English student and stuff, but comp really tested my limits, man. Like, it's hard to kind of BS it, to be honest. Um, so you have to be really honest with your work too. So not that I'm a dishonest person, but like there are people like myself that would like cut corners to make an assignment go by faster or something, but you can't do that in comp.
So with ECHS, what do you think is like one of the hardest things about being a part of ECHS?
Probably dedicating yourself to the pathway, because you want to go out and hang out with your friends. Like you want to, mess around, and you want to play like video games. Like you want to do what you want to do. But with a pathway, you really have to dedicate yourself to school. So,
how is ECHS going to help you going into college?
So, my freshman year of college is done. I don't have to take any classes, except for like what my major and minors are, of course. That's always subject to change because classes are always changing their standards and stuff. But if you complete over 30 credit hours at the high school for college, you should be good to go for your freshman year. You don't have to take any of the freshman requisites that you would have to take, as I said, as a freshman. So,
where do you plan on going to college at as of now?
Ball State.
Are you going to join part of their sports link crew?
I've thought about it. In all honesty, a part of me wants to drift away from sports broadcasting. It's just really not for me, I guess. Seeing as I was a cameraman for TV3 for 3 years, it's something that I like doing, but it's something I don't want to make a profession out of. So I don't know, like I probably won't drift away from broadcasting in general, but as the sports aspect, like Sports Link and stuff, I'm probably going to drift away from that, but who knows? Maybe I will join Sports Link. It's just.
How do you plan on furthering your career in broadcasting?
I'm probably going to minor in like video production or something like that. Right now, I plan on majoring in photojournalism, which is not much of broadcasting, but video production is pretty much a universal class, I guess, if you will, that can be used pretty much anywhere. So it can be used in obviously broadcasting. So who knows? Maybe I will do something with broadcasting. So.
How do you think CHS Today, like what you've learned through that, is going to help you within photojournalism and college and your career?
I think working with people, there's always going to be creative differences. Creative differences, it doesn't really set well with me, and that's just me as a person. Like if someone doesn't like this or something that I did, I try not to take that as personal, but because in all honesty, sometimes I can't take criticism, but I've kind of learned over my time in CHS Today that it's there to help you, not hurt you. So I plan on with CHS Today with people and just accepting creative differences.
So you look back at high school, what teachers do you think you're going to miss the most?
Obviously Miss Job for one. Man, she's the one that's really got the ball rolling for me as far as doing this media career. Definitely Mrs. Schaus. Mrs. Schaus has taught me a lot, what it means to be a good worker and stuff, and just managing your time and stuff, allowing yourself to have discipline and stuff. That's something I'll take with me forever. Same with Mr. Hobson, the engineering teacher. He's the one that taught me tenacity. punctuality, stuff like that. So I credit those teachers quite a bit, and same with Mr. Zerby. Mr. Zerby really opened my mind to literature and English in general, and how like beautiful it can be sometimes, and just makes me want to further my education even more. So
you look back also, like more onto this, what friends do you think you're going to miss the most from high school that you might not get a chance to spend as much time with in college?
Probably going to miss a lot of people that are in like third period now. Like I'm probably going to miss like, you know, like Amanda. I'm going to miss like Latarian. I'm going to miss Trent, Jay. Like I'm really just going to miss everybody, I guess.
Before we close this out, what teachers would you think?
I would like to thank Mrs. Job and Mr. Zerby, because they both have opened my mind to creativity, and they both give me the motivation to further my education and make a big name for myself.
All right, well, that's all we have, but thank you, Colin, for coming on and doing this. If you're a senior and you want to do this, just message CHS Today TV3 on Instagram, and I'll be sure to get with you for an interview. Just let me know about like 3 things about yourself that we could possibly cover, and we'll do a senior night episode. Again, thank you so much, Colin. I really hope you do great at Ball State. I really hope you do great in your future career. You have great potential. You're a great worker, and you have great talent. So thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time. That's all we have for this time on Senior Night.